in the physics lecture. In the last session, we have studied the magnetic force on a current carrying wire, that is for straight wire and arbitrarily shaped wire. Now in this session, we will study torque on a current loop. Now what do you mean by this torque? The best example for the torque is motor. Okay, in 10th standard you have studied the principle of motor. Now consider this diagram. This diagram shows the principle of motor. Okay, so there are two magnets and this is the coil or the wire loop. Okay, so this coil is placed in between these two magnets. Okay, this coil is placed in between these two magnets, and also this wire loop is placed in an uniform magnetic field B bar. Okay, this coil is placed in an uniform magnetic field B bar. When current is applied to this wire loop ABCD, then current is flowing from A to D, D to C, C to B and B to A. Okay, but the side BC and side AD of this loop are in the direction of magnetic field B bar. Okay, the side BC and side AD are in the direction of magnetic field B bar, but side AB and side CD are perpendicular to magnetic field B bar. Okay, the side AB and side CD of this loop are perpendicular to this magnetic field B bar. So there is no any force on the side BC and AD because these two sides are in the direction of magnetic field, but side AB and side CD are perpendicular to magnetic field. So to find the force on these two sides, that is AB and CD, we can use the right hand rule. Okay, so with the help of right hand rule, we can find out the force on side AB and side CD. So according to this right hand rule, these three fingers are perpendicular to each other. Okay, these three fingers are perpendicular to each other. So this stretched thumb shows the direction of magnetic force. Okay, this stretched thumb shows the direction of magnetic force. This pointing finger shows the direction of electric current. Okay, this pointing finger shows the direction of electric current, and this middle finger shows the direction of magnetic field B bar. Okay, this middle finger shows the direction of magnetic field B bar. So according to this right hand rule, the force on side AB will be in upward direction. Okay, the force on side AB will be in upward direction and force on side CD will be in downward direction. Okay, the force on side CD will be in downward direction. So these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Okay, so these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in directions, and they are acting at a different points. Okay, these two forces are acting at a different points and having a perpendicular distance between them. Okay, these two forces having a perpendicular distance between them. So the two equal and opposite forces applied at a different points such that there is a perpendicular distance between them, so they make a couple of forces. Okay, so these two forces are called as the couple of forces, and this effect of couple of forces is called as the torque. Okay, this effect of couple of forces is known as torque. So torque can be defined as the two equal and opposite forces applied at different points such that there is a perpendicular distance between them, so they make a couple of forces, and this effect of couple of forces is known as the torque. Now we will see the actual action of rotation of this loop A, B, C, D. Okay. For that, consider this is the current carrying loop A, B, C, D. If we see from the side of this loop A, B, C, D, then it will appear like this first diagram, that is side view of the loop. And if we see from the top of this loop A, B, C, D, then it will appear like this second diagram, that is top view of the loop. Okay. Now consider the loop A, B, C, D, which is placed in an uniform magnetic field B bar. Okay. Loop A, B, C, D placed in an uniform magnetic field B bar. Side AB and side DC are perpendicular to this magnetic field B bar. Okay. Side AB and side DC are perpendicular to this magnetic field B bar. Where this side BC and side AD are not perpendicular to this magnetic field B bar. Okay. Side BC and side AD are not perpendicular to this magnetic field B bar. Now the length of side AB and side DC is L1. Okay. The length of side AB and side DC is L1. Where length of side BC and AD is L2. Okay. Length of this side BC and AD is L2. When current is applying to this loop A, B, C, D, then F1 is the force acting on the side DC. F2 is the force acting on the side AD, F3 is the force acting on the side AB, and F4 is the force acting on the side BC. Okay. Now, if we see from the top of this loop A, B, C, D, that is from the segment BC, then it will appear like this second diagram, that is top view of the loop. Okay. So, this is segment BC and length of this segment BC is L2. Now, this is the direction vector or the area vector of the loop A, B, C, D. This is the magnetic field B bar. Now consider the angle between this direction vector of the loop and magnetic field B bar is theta. Okay. Then angle between this magnetic field B bar and segment BC is 90 minus theta. Now why this angle is 90 minus theta? Because angle between this direction vector of the loop and segment BC is 90 degree. Okay. So the angle between this magnetic field B bar and segment BC is, this total angle is 90 degree. So this angle becomes 90 minus theta. Okay. Now we will calculate the total torque and the total force on this loop A, B, C, D. Now first we will calculate the force on side BC, that is F4. Okay. In previous lecture we have studied the magnetic force for the closed loop is Fm bar is equal to I into L bar cross B bar. But by the definition of cross product we get Fm bar is equal to I LB sin theta. So force F4 on side BC is F4 is equal to I L2. L2 is the length of side BC. So I L2 B sin theta. Now theta is the angle between L2 and B bar. So the angle between B bar and this side BC is 90 minus theta. So we get F4 is equal to I L2 B sin 90 minus theta. Now we will calculate the force on side DA, that is F2. So the force on side DA will be equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Okay. This force F2 will be equal in magnitude but opposite in direction to this force F4. And these two forces act along the same line. Okay. The force F2 and F4 act along the same line. So these two forces cancel out each other. Okay. As these two forces act along the same line, so these two forces cancel out each other. Now we will calculate the force F1 and F3. So F1 F3 is equal to I into L1 because the length of side AB and side CD is L1. So F1 F3 is equal to I into L1 B sin 90. As we know that this side AB and side DC are perpendicular to this magnetic field B bar. So angle between these two sides and magnetic field B bar is 90 degree. So we get F1 F3 is equal to I L1B sin 90 degree. But we know that sin 90 is equal to 1. So F1 F3 is equal to I L1B. Okay. Now the total torque on the loop A, B, C, D will be torque is equal to magnitude of one force into perpendicular distance between two forces. So magnitude of one force means I L1B into perpendicular distance between two forces, that is F3 and F1. So consider this diagram and consider X is the perpendicular distance between these two forces F3 and F1. We know that sin theta is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse. So sin theta is equal to x upon L2. And from this equation we get x is equal to L2 sin theta. So perpendicular distance between two forces is L2 sin theta. So we get torque is equal to I L1 L2 B sin theta. Okay. Now this L1 L2, it is nothing but the area of the loop. So we get torque is equal to I AB sin theta. Okay. This A means area of the loop. Okay. This is L1 and L2, that is length into breadth. So it is the area of the loop. So we get torque is equal to IAB sin theta. But this is the torque for the single turn of the coil. If this current carrying coil is made up of many turns, then for n number of turns, toe, that is toe dash is equal to n into torque. So n into IAB sin theta. Okay. So this is the total torque if this current carrying coil is made up of number of turns. Okay.